This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
Welcome back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton, and we're having a conversation today with our friends from the Alzheimer's Society of British Columbia. CEO Maria Howard has joined us in the studio as well. And specifically, we're talking about fundraising. So we're just about to hear from our next guest, Sharon Moskalik, Investors Group Vice President of Financial Services, which is the Society's largest annual fundraising event, which is the Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's. So Maria, just before we meet our next guest, give us a little bit of background about the event once again.
The Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's is just a phenomenal event. It is one of our largest fundraising events, and we typically have had it in January, but this year it's moving to May 1st. And it really is a time to bring people together in communities to raise dollars for the Society and our programs and the research, and also raise awareness. We have over 23 walks this year already organized, and we hope to be growing them. And the partnership between the Investors Group and the Alzheimer's Society of BC and many volunteers to grow this event is quite amazing. It is really a chance to bring a community together and support people who are on the dementia journey.
I think it sounds great. It sounds fun, sounds inclusive, and fascinating to hear how it's becoming part of a nationwide effort as well. So time now to introduce our next guest. Sharon Moskalik has joined us. Thanks for being here today, Sharon.
Thanks, Joanne.
Excellent. Sharon is the Area Vice President, Financial Services at Investors Group. I understand you're a strategic thinker and a leader in the financial sector. Sharon is also a firm believer in giving back to the community. So what can you tell us about your commitment in the community when it comes to the Alzheimer's Society?
Okay. Well, at Investors Group, we've had a long heritage of community involvement, corporate fundraising, and certainly project initiatives by many of our people over the course of our 90 years in history. And that's created a strong culture of caring. We have a long history of attracting people who are ambitious and are people that care and want to give back to the community and certainly to serve their community. So that translates to a real deep interest in community needs. Through our community investment programs, we have developed a series of programs to deliver financial support in a way that we think is really meaningful and relevant to our employees and our consultants, and certainly to the communities, again, that we serve. And we really encourage employees and consultants to volunteer and give back personally, and we really think that the programs represent definitely the giving and volunteering needs throughout, certainly here in British Columbia, but across the country. One other thing that I would like to mention, too, that I'm really proud of is Investors Group has been designated a caring organization. We're really proud to be a part of Imagine Canada. And what that means is Investors Group is a founding member of Imagine Canada. And as one of the caring companies, we donate at least 1% of our average annual pre-tax income to charities and nonprofit organizations across the country. So in 2014, that was about $6.5 million that went to our charities across the country. So very, very proud to share that with you.
You have a lot of reason to be proud for that. Just on a personal note, do you have is there a personal connection to the Alzheimer's Society? Is there something that you feel passionately about? It's what led you to become involved?
Well, what led us to become involved, certainly on a personal level, aged grandparents. I was very fortunate to be blessed with great genetics. Both my Ukrainian and my Italian grandparents lived till their early 90s. It was my grandfather on the Italian side that had very late stage dementia. So we saw firsthand the impact that that had, not only on him, as an Italian, very avid card player, crosswords and all of the things that you would expect, but definitely saw the impact on my grandmother, and more importantly as well on the family, my aunts and my uncles, and certainly all of us as cousins and grandchildren.
So tell us a little bit about how the Investors Group actually became involved as the title sponsor for the Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's with the Alzheimer's Society. Do you tell us a little bit about that history and that relationship?
Sure, I'd love to. As I said just a few moments ago, Investors Group has a strong connection to the communities where we work and we live. And our consultants across the country, and even very proud here in British Columbia, have really earned a reputation for being people that care. We support many charities, and we look at all of our charities as being a very important part of the mosaic of the community. Where we feel really blessed is when we partner with charities that creates that really rewarding and lasting relationship. Investors Group became involved as a title sponsor back in 2007. And it was the work that the Alzheimer's Society of British Columbia was doing, which very much aligned with the work that we do. And that's helping people plan for the future. So at Investors Group, and I'm not sure if you're a client or not, but if you were a client, you would have a financial advisor work with you on a personalized financial plan that really helps you achieve your goals and dreams and navigate and prepare for some of the life events that occur throughout your life. And so without question, we believe that the partnership really achieved what we believe is a mutual goal for both the Alzheimer's Society BC and Investors Group.
It really sounds like a natural fit, planning for the future. Don't you think, Maria?
It really is, because what we encourage people to remember is that planning should happen in a quiet, thoughtful moment as opposed to a crisis. And what we know for families who have been diagnosed with dementia, often there's a lot of crisis decisions making. So that if they can plan early and have information early, some of that stuff can actually be a little more easier to manage.
So Sharon, as the title sponsor of the Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's, what kind of support do you provide?
Mm-hmm. Well, like most sponsorships, there is that direct financial support. But for us at Investors Group, because we are a grassroots organization, it goes way beyond that. We are most proud of the work that our region offices do and contribute in terms of volunteerism. We don't just expect to write the check. We want to get people involved in the actual walk and certainly in the volunteering of making these events happen. Today, we're very proud to say that we have 24 walks across the province, and they're run by volunteer committees. Again, beyond the check, we're very proud to say that we have over half of our walks that are led by somebody from Investors Group that has really been instrumental in creating the volunteer committee, chairing that committee, and really trying to contribute to make that event such a success.
So what work personally have you done to help support the Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's?
Yeah, when I think back to that question, and I think back to my early days back in 2007, certainly as a vice president involved in many of the responsibilities to ensure that this walk, that people were aware of the walk, both internally and externally. On a personal note, it really is about, for me, that journey that I've taken since 2007 with the Alzheimer's Society of BC. It truly has been a partnership. It's about the people that I've met along this journey. In my role as a vice president, been involved in speaking to the volunteer chair committee weekends that happen every year and have for the last 10 years. Involved in working with the Alzheimer's Society of BC and their meetings and making sure that with this partnership that we are on track to achieve the goals that we want to achieve. And that really is, as Maria said, definitely the fundraising, but also the education and awareness so that everybody involved with the walk knows the value of the work that's being done. And then really getting involved at a grassroots level again, right on the ground floor, whether that be helping Stan Fryer, a good friend of mine whose wife is living with Alzheimer's, in the early days involved in the walk and helping him organize for the walk out in South Surrey White Rock, and then on game day, as we call it, on walk day, whether that be directing traffic, running errands, putting up balloons, wherever we can help out or and I can help out, certainly lend a hand to do that.
So you're not just the resident cheerleader, you're actually hands-on the day of the event.
Very much so, and I think that DNA that I have is very representative of the people that work with Investors Group, as I said a few moments ago. When we get involved in something, we get involved beyond the pen and the paper. We get involved with our love and our support and our caring, and just try to make that event as great as we can.
Sounds like you have a very positive, very passionate crew that you work with as well. Well, how does Investors Group encourage volunteerism, like within the company, within your own organization?
Well, as I said, and I think the reoccurring theme is that I'm very proud of the people that we have working for our organization. So we truly are blessed at Investors Group. And this includes the amazing team of consultants, directors, staff, family and friends. that want to make a difference because we care about people's lives. And our approach at IG, at Investors Group, has been very simple. We communicate the opportunity and highlight the importance of the work that the Alzheimer's Society of BC does. And for many of us, as I was mentioning a few moments ago, it is personal. It could be a father, it could be a family member, it could be a friend,
a neighbor.
A neighbor. It's it's as Maria was sharing on the statistics. It's somebody in in your neighborhood, in your circle. And I think that for many of us, we can share a story of dementia and Alzheimer's and how that's affected our lives. So I really think it's important for Investors Group, because we speak so much of our volunteerism, that we do make that connection and make it personal, so that that energy that we bring to the walk just kind of feeds through the entire experience for everybody involved.
Sounds great. Now, I know there's several ways to get involved. The date is Sunday, May 1st. How does somebody sign up?
Well, very simple. We're in a digital age, so there are several ways to get involved. As you said, it's Sunday, May 1st, 2016, so it is the new date for those listeners that have been doing the walk in January
right,
for the last 9 years. If you want to register for the walk, you can go online for walkforalzheimers.ca, and if you do so by January 22nd, you'll be entered into a draw for a $500 travel voucher from WestJet. So thank you very much, WestJet.
A little incentive
a little,
here. Yeah.
A little. And also, so that's to participate in the walk. But if you want to get involved in volunteering in one of the 24 walks across the province, you can contact the Alzheimer's Society of British Columbia. You can go online again to the walkforalzheimers.bc, and there's a drop-down menu for volunteerism. Or you could even contact one of our offices, one of our 30 offices here in British Columbia, and just ask for the region director, and they'll put you in touch with somebody at the Society.
Excellent. Ladies, anything else to share, Maria? You're both sitting here smiling, so I know this is a very natural partnership.
Oh, I mean, the partnership has been great. I mean, you hear the enthusiasm and energy of Sharon. That's just a small piece of everyone who's connected with Investors Group brings to the walk, which makes it such a fun day. So I think the only thing to say is come out on Sunday, May the 1st.
Sharon, thank you for educating us about the walk and both about the commitment from the Investors Group as well. Thanks for being here today.
Well, thanks for having me.
And we hope to see you again in May when we all get out to support the Alzheimer's Society of BC in this nationwide event. Thank you for sharing your story today. This is Boomer Life. I'm Joanne Sutton with our friends and guests from the Alzheimer's Society of British Columbia talking about fundraising today. Our story continues with some tips on holiday giving and anything for Alzheimer's. All coming up next on CL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.